Now, I'm sure that you've seen pictures on the internet, or maybe if you've seen the Mona Lisa, in person, you know that it has all of these little cracks around it. Well, believe it or not, and this may come as a shock to many of you, and this piece of painting was actually hanging in the bathroom of the private quarters of King Francis I for the vast majority of the 16th century. This is the man that invites Leonardo over to France, so no surprises that it ends up in his tower, but it was in the bathroom. Now, I'm sure you all know bathrooms are very humid places. Uh, Art is subject to changes under different environmental circumstances, and paint particularly can crack if it keeps on, going through too much humidity and then dryness. It causes issues. So what you see here is an actual art history term that we call craquelure. And craquelure literally means all of these little fissures in the shape almost like a web pattern, which you can see there, that actually damages not just the integrity of the painting. So this, if this continue, the painting could just destroy itself, but it also damages the color, and it causes a change in the way we see it. So the Mona Lisa that you guys can see in the Louvre right now is not exactly the very same Mona Lisa that Leonardo da Vinci painted in the 16th century, because of this damage that has been done through the moisture of the bathroom. And that is the reason why the two previous copies are very important for us to understand the artistic process, but also, how preservation of artifacts sometimes go. It can be a bit tricky. Well, what you see here has actually been restored. A Dutch restorer actually applied varnish over it, which kind of made it worse. And that's the reason why the craquelure is so obvious. And it is one of the most famous examples of when we try to fix things in art and in history, but sometimes the remedy is worse than the actual damage. So, whenever you see a painting or a piece of art that looks a little bit strange, or that has something that clearly is not intended to be the way the painting was created, it is always telling you a part of the story afterwards, the vast majority of the time, in terms of conservation and preservation. And we will see this with many other paintings and different pieces of art throughout this art history series as we go along. In any case, now that you understand why bathroom decor was part of the story, let's actually talk about who is the Mona Lisa. The debated identity of this woman has been something that has captivated historians and people for time immemorial. I mean, right now we have pretty clear ideas as to who she was, but there has been a very recent suggestion that kind of has promoted the debate even further, which suggests that the inspiration for the Mona Lisa was maybe Isabella d'Este. Now, Isabella d'Este was actually a member of the Sforza family who was, providing Leonardo with part of their patronage. Now, we know, because you see it here, this painting on the left is actually a sketch that Leonardo had done of Isabella d'Este, and we know that the Pope actually commissioned him a small painting of her during his time in Rome. So, could this be Isabella d'Este? Perhaps. Is it unlikely? Maybe, because we have active records of a portrait commission for a woman known Lisa Gherardini, who is the wife of a merchant, and as such has come down in history as La Gioconda, because Giocondo was the surname of her husband, and as such she was like the wife of the Giocondo family. Well, the University of Heidelberg in Germany is actually done a lot of analysis on the identity of this woman. So we are pretty confident that she's in fact Lisa La Gioconda rather than Isabella d'Este, but new research is constantly coming through and it's not something we can just brush off. However, the description of Lisa Gherardini actually matches pretty closely to the description of the woman that appears posing for the Mona Lisa in the contemporary account of Leonardo's life by Vasari. Vasari is a chronicler that give us a lot of information about many Renaissance artists, Leonardo, Michelangelo, Raphael, etc., etc. So the science really seems to be pointing out at Lisa rather than Isabella. And like I said, the fact that we do have a track record showing that there was a commission, etc., etc., it's interesting. Moreover, and this is where we get the name of the painting, Vasari actually says in writing that the name of the painting was Madonna Lisa's portrait, which is where we actually get the name Mona Lisa, because Mona is a contraction for Madonna, and Madonna literally just means Mrs. So there are too many coincidences for this woman not to be Lisa Gherardini, if you see what I mean. But we will accept Isabella d'Este perhaps for some of the embellishments, maybe. Who knows?